Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Wole Wole Today. I am your host, Sanitarian Yusuf Qudus. Today we are going to be talking about another interesting topic. Continuation of the last one. I shared my story about how I became an environmental health officer. So I have here with me a colleague and a friend of mine who would be sharing his story with us too. So please grab a cup of coffee, make sure you don't sleep, rest your back and enjoy the gist. So over to you. Please do the honors of introducing yourself to us.
Hello everyone, my name is Sanitarian Yusuf Qudus and I'm here with Sanitarian Sude Timlara. So I would like to talk about how I became an environmental health officer. So let me start from saying wasn't an easy journey. Yeah, it wasn't an easy journey. So basically what happened was in 2013 I was in a school in Accra. I was schooling in Ghana, AIT, that's Accra Institute of Technology. To cut the long story short, I had to come back home due to some situations there. Then in 2014, I became a student of Lagos State College of Health Technology, and I started my career in environmental health. Though in the beginning, I wasn't serious in the career. I was not interested in environmental health, but on the long run, I discovered that anything worth doing is worth doing well. Then I began to put more efforts into the career.
So I have a question to ask. Was it that were you forced to actually
I was definitely forced to become an environmental health officer because I was not interested.
So you just felt like, let me just do it and just satisfy them and move on with my life. But what were you really planning to do?
I was planning to become, I was planning to go into tech. Tech is where my eyes. I want to do tech, but thank God today I'm here and I'm grateful that I'm here. Though I'm still going back to tech. I can combine tech and environmental health.
Environmental technology, isn't it just amazing?
Like I'm going IT inclined. Yeah.
So I would like to ask, how was it in college? Like with the whole time, I know you also crossed over to Ogun State just like I did, which I've made mention in my own personal story about I went over there. So how was it in LASCOGET and how was it in Ogun State, as in the lecturers, how was the whole thing? You remember the days we didn't have food, the days we go just walking about on the street of Ilese and all those things. Can you just give us like just a brief stuff about it?
Yeah, let me start from LASCOGET, which is my national diploma. LASCOGET is the foundation of everything. LASCOGET, the lecturers there are a lot of things attached to LASCOGET that other colleges of health do not have. Number one is exposure. LASCOGET is in the central city of Lagos. So there are a lot of things, there are a lot of social amenities, there are a lot of other things that you can venture into as a student. But going back to Ogun State College of Health, which is Ilese, number one, Ilese is a very dry town due to the fact that it is just locals of the town that are there. But glory be to God, the school, Ogun State College of Health, was located in that place. That was why there was a little bit of development in that town. If you would be having any fun or probably you want to go to a cinema at that time in Ogun State, I think it's Equity, or you come to Lagos or Abeokuta. Yeah. So all of those things coupled together, it was fun for me though because I was in the Kegite club and I was Kegite Chief. It was fun for me. I traveled a lot of places. That was how I enjoyed my stay in school. Yes, I already traveled. At least, let me say, I've stepped on 40% of Nigerian soil.
That's really nice. So that's really nice one. So how did you remember those days of psychiatric hospital where we go there to eat. Psychiatric was like
Our home.
You get going there and social center, Antitoin,
Yakoni.
going there to watch football, watching movies, and also dodging classes. So be sincere about that.
Let me give you a scenario of what happened in psychiatric one day. I was with one of my friend, Larry. So we were there, we were eating in the morning. One of the psychiatric patients just came to the social garden and he said, "What are you guys doing here in Yoruba? Like, killing Shenin Bibai." She was saying, "Our students come on, what's in the Bibai more?" So it was a patient.
Wow.
So that day, I was like, "What's gonna happen now?" He seized my bag.
Wait, did you know that he was a patient?
I knew he was a patient on the long run. On the long run. Yeah.
Wow.
Because when he approached us, the people in that social center had to close all the doors and call their crisis officers there to come around. It was just one of them that said, "Leave those guys, they are my brothers." That was why he left us that day. Initially, he asked me that what was my name. I told him a wrong name. Then he said I should open my bag. Then he saw my ID card. After I opened my bag, he saw my ID card inside my bag. Then he was like, "You won't be a jalo before me that. You are lying to me. This is your name." And you told me something else. It was just somebody that just helped us with that case that day.
Wow.
So let me just cut
I've never experienced that before. But though I've seen patients when they take them, but I've never had that kind of
one.
I've never encountered. It was always eat to have fun. I just
I've
leave.
encountered one.
Then the football seasons that we used to have and just go and play.
Mm-hmm.
And I think there was a particular match. Was it environmental? Is it departmental match?
Yeah.
Oh, because no, it wasn't provost match. It was
Provost Cup.
It wasn't provost cup. We never played provost cup.
No.
So it was just fun, and I think departmental, environmental health, and
HIM.
okay,
Was it HIM?
I don't even know. I think it was HIM. The females played.
Yeah, it was HIM and environmental health.
I think it was not interesting. Then Amina,
yeah.
Mabel, all of us on the field. It was really, really an interesting. It was an interesting one. Then another one I remembered was it Ondo? It was Ekiti.
The first one was Ekiti.
It was Ekiti. The experience
Ijero Ekiti. The first trip was Ijero Ekiti. Then the second one was Ondo. That's
college.
Yeah, that was Idonri. When we went to Idonri Hills. Yes, that was the second one.
Moments we had. I think the Ekiti one. I think our boss spot on the road where we were going. It was in the night. Something happened at night. Then all those experiences. Please, who went to go and carry somebody's goats? I will never forget that goat scenario. No, I will never forget the goat scenario.
That was in Ijero Ekiti when we went for the field trip. Yeah. No, it was the conference. It was conference.
It was conference. Yes. 90 conference.
It was 90 conference. That was 2015.
I remember people crying like they've stolen somebody's
Yes, like they stole somebody's goat because they said the goat was looking at their food and they had to kill the goat.
Oh my God.
So the boys were like, "We are going to eat this goat too," and eventually they ate the goat. On the long run, the person that owns the goat came outside that where is was it a woman? Was a woman that where's her goat? She said where's her goat that she wants to collect her money by fire by force. It was the department that paid for.
We ate that goat. No, we ate the goat. People were crying like I'm eating goat that is not about. I think I was confused at the point like, God, I don't chop what I'm not supposed to chop.
But when a student like there were a lot of things that happened.
If there was a consequence for that, what would have happened? Because I could actually sit down and imagine that. What if there was a consequence where we go back to school, we go back home, and maybe something happened, somebody had memory loss, and all of that, because the goat wasn't ours, and we're going to another territory. It's not even right, yeah? But what happened. I feel like it was actually the grace of God.
Yeah, it was let's just put it there. That was the grace of God.
Grace of God, because
that helped us.
We don't chop meat, we don't go.
There were a lot of things that happened. The day we were going to, was it not Idori? We were going to Accra, that we had to stop at one of the filling stations along Lagos-Ibadan Expressway.
There was a fight.
There was a fight that they didn't sell water for us. They said because we were students. They didn't sell water.
It wasn't funny. I think there's another one too that happened. A fight happened, I don't know this girl. She used hijab then.
Where
That
was?
they hit. We went to police station that time.
Okay, that was in Accra town.
Yeah.
We wanted to buy fuel in a filling station in Accra town. Then that was Mania filling station in Accra, that road. Yeah, I still remember Mania filling station. So when we got there, we told the attendants that okay, we are students from so college. You can see this is our boss. We want to buy 50 liters of diesel. How many liters can you help us with? Then the guy said, the manager is not around. Okay, can you put the manager on call? So we talked to the manager. He said he doesn't have a time on his phone. Okay, can you put the manager's number on this phone and talk to him? He said no, we have to recharge his phone. That was how the whole thing started. Like, why would you ask us to recharge your phone? This is what's happening. This is the situation. You can take pictures and all of those things for the manager. So on the long run, they started arguing and probably somebody pushed somebody, and I wasn't there. But I just know that if they started fighting there.
Somebody's hand full of them.
Okay. So when the manager came, he said, if you guys are 1 million, none of you will go. Like, nobody's going to escape. I was like, okay, you want to fight us? Everybody went back and started beating the attendant, because it was the attendant that started the fight in the first place. They came out with bottles and all of those things. But thank God we were much. We were about 100 and something against probably 10 people. So there was no way they could win fight. On the long run, when we left the filling station, we were going, a man just came after us with his car that we shouldn't go through that road, that he knows the manager, that the manager has gone to the road to block us, probably boys or some things. So we're about turning when soldiers came. You could remember, we were about turning the bus when soldiers came that we should go to the barracks. I can't remember the name of the barracks in Accra. So on getting to the barracks, at the entrance, I guess the commander of that barracks was coming outside, that he was going out. Then he saw our boss. He asked what happened. Then after the president of the department, the association explained what happened to him. He said this is not a soldier case, that it is yes. He has
Who was
to
our
go.
president then?
Was Fuad, Yusuf Fuad.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we had to go to Accra area command. I can't remember the name of the place, but I know it's the area command in Accra. So we went there. When they started talking about the issue that happened, it was discovered that the manager is at fault, his attendants were at fault, and the manager has been like that to some other people in that town.
I don't even remember.
On the long run, the manager came to us and told us that, talked to us that we should not be annoyed. He begged us, and he said we shouldn't use power against people. That this is one thing that he learned on that day, that he shouldn't use power. Power should not push you to people. So that day he bought us drinks. He was supposed to give us full of like probably 5,000, and he spent up to 100,000 to 150,000 naira. Because even his filling station, there were some things that were damaged. So a lot of things happened that I can't even remember. There are a lot of things that happened.
I know that we took snacks that day. We ate snacks that day.
It was from the manager's
We
pocket.
took drink.
It was from the manager's pocket.
But I know
And
somebody was hit.
Yes, that was Toby
I don't
of
know.
blessed memory.
Oh yeah,
Toby.
that's true. Toby. I can't
Yes.
remember his surname.
Yes, that fair guy.
I can't remember his surname. I'm trying
Yes.
to remember. Then this lady and all of that. Well, it was actually a very, very interesting one. I think that was one of the parts I had exposure going outside Lagos State. I wasn't
Sure.
really someone that goes out of Lagos State. Then
Mm-hmm.
I want to ask, like, there's something I'm really concerned about. How was it for you when you didn't take your studies in the first place? Then now moving over to another territory and as in trying to adapt, how was it for you? Because there are so many people that going to another territory can actually destabilize you, and that's just the fact. You can actually go from worst to worst.
Yeah.
So how was it for you? How were you able to catch yourself from falling? Because we had a lot of distractions there
Definitely.
in Ogun State. We had, Lagos was
Yeah.
we had our own distractions. But moving over there, nobody's really watching. You really didn't have people around you.
It was
You were
just you
just you, and you were just doing life anyhow. Nobody to hold you and
accountable for anything.
for anything. So how was it for me? I joined Scout, and I also had my own fair share of traveling within Ogun State, that places I didn't even know, and I met people. So how was it for you to actually be able to control the distraction? Because I also had distractions, and well, I was able to control it, Sha. I don't know how, but maybe I realized school and socials are different. I had my own fair share of ups and downs of it, where I had to do so many things undone. I think I go from Thursday, come back on Sunday, coming back, and all of that. So how were you able to, and also being a Kegite
Chief,
how were you able to?
let me start by saying the way I was able to finish my academics was I balanced academics and social life. I gave academics 50 and I gave social life 50.
How did you do the maths? Because I don't think I can do the maths.
Let me say that's me. That's why I'm me.
Wow. So if you are not
do you remember that when I resumed Ogun State College of Health in 2017, it was 4 of us. I was the only guy.
Yeah.
There were 3 other ladies, and amongst the 4 of us, I was the only one that graduated as at when due. I don't know if the other 3 graduated, but I'm sure one didn't. One had to leave the school again. I can't talk about the other 2. I don't have information about that. But on the long run, when I started in my HND 1, after I completed my HND 1, I was the electoral community secretary for the department.
Sorry to cut you short. I think you were actually 3 or 4.
We were 4. That was
later.
That was okay. Karimo and Kautar and Odusoyashi. Then I was the 4th person.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
I've not heard anything about that too.
So let me say I was Kegite Chief. No, I was coronated as Kegite Chief when I finished my HND 1, and that time I was the electoral community secretary for the department. So it was after my exam that all of those things started. After my HND 1 second semester exam, I was coronated as the chief of Kegite Club in the school. Then I started migrating. I started traveling around. My first visit outside my hemisphere, which is Ogun State, outside my state, was Aochipoli. Then after Aochipoli, I went to Abraka, that's Delta State University. I went to Niger Delta University, Bayelsa, Amasoma. I went to Uniport. I visited RST, Port Harcourt, that's River State University of Science and Technology. I visited a whole lot of places. It was just Kegite Club is one thing that is keeping me up in the school, like that thing that is pushing me forward. So the academics is just there to back the Kegite so that I won't fall out from being a student.
I remember we always said, Qudus, where are you going to? Qudus is traveling again. Qudus don't become a Jaladi travel. It was always Qudus going here. He even got to a stage where people were bothered, like, hey, the way you are going, are you sure? Like, are you sure you're gonna make it? Are you sure? But he was like, But I'm actually very grateful that we all actually turned out well. Because moving over there wasn't easy, and living here wasn't easy also.
Yeah.
But there was something that it was like Lagos State has. Okay, sorry, for all other states, you guys are special and amazing, yeah. But we are talking for where we've come out from. We can only talk from where we've come out from, and I'm sure you guys are really good and you have your own standards and you're lovely. But from where we're coming from, it was like we had this special aura. They would definitely know that you are not from that area, even in classrooms. When you're like, you look different. Sorry, did you start here? And you're like, no.
I remember Miss Azan used to call me Omoeko. Whenever she sees me, she doesn't. I don't think she knows my name, but whenever she sees me, she say Omoeko.
Miss Azan, she tell you, are you that you are living in this street? As if they are doing. And even the CSO asked me, like, sorry, you don't look like you're from here. And I'm like, well, like, I am Okwe. So he was like, you don't look like you're from here. And I'm like, no, sir, we actually came over here. I was like, hey, you guys don't look like this. And, it was like, there was this special thing that was following us around. And we had our own fair share of, is it kingship? I'll call it kingship. But yeah, all college of health are amazing. And we're not disputing we're not trying to segregate anyone from anyone. But we're just talking based on our own experience and where we have come from. So I really hope nobody is being offended and all of that. So I actually spoke about my journey to encourage people, to make them see that because they went to College of Health doesn't mean they won't make it in life. I came from a private school. I was the only one that actually went for a College of Health amongst all my friends. Yes, I felt bad at the point, but at the end of the day, it was just God that was just putting the papers together for me. Because I've tried to do the Udegbe and it didn't work out and things like that. So I'm trying to make people see that this is not the end of life. Even if you finish and you don't have a job, that's not the end of life. There's so much to come out from you, and seeing that each and everyone listening, you're a person of value. You have value and you have a lot of things, a lot of treasures in you. So my main purpose of actually having these particular episodes are just to give people encouragement, people that are in College of Health. Some people are at the verge of giving up and backing out. So this is just to push you and say there is still a way. You can still finish, you can still get to the end of the race, no matter what. We didn't have it rosy in school.
Definitely.
Imagine, it was very rough. I remember
days that I used to drink Gary. Like I've had Gary for like a week.
God.
I didn't taste pepper for like a week in school. It was just Gary.
It wasn't sweet. I remember then FM. I and Okwe, we didn't have anything. They postponed the exam, so there was no need to go home. We had finished everything we brought. FM had to start going to people's places like, sister called, I came to greet you, brother called. That was how we put our food together and had food. There were days we didn't have money. You know those
Plenty
fish?
days.
You know that fish we used to go and buy?
Italy.
There was one we used to go and buy. We passed White House, the back door.
Yeah.
White House stories of
fried,
no water, fried fish.
Fried fish, yes.
Oh God.
I can't remember that woman. That has a lot of children.
Yes, she had one. I think she had an issue with her leg or something. It was always going. We're going there. That's buy Gary. You got to a stage we had to take Gary and Chin Chin. Oh my God, Chin Chin was the epa. It was the groundnut for the thing. So it really made sense. It made us see that sometimes some combinations were the regular combinations. You can have other combinations that would make sense, and you won't even notice the difference. So there were days where we didn't have water. There was nothing on ground. That doesn't mean it was the end of the whole journey.
Mm-hmm.
And some people will not finish College of Health. It's not like it's a curse or something. Some people would leave to go to another school.
Yes.
Some people will leave.
We have examples like Ganu. We have Deumi. Ganu is a BSc holder today. Deumi is almost through with academics.
See,
she's probably in 400 or 500 level now.
I think she's done.
She's done, right?
She's done.
So it's not the end of the road.
The end of the road, and we're not going to finish on the same spot. Mm-hmm. And yes, we lost some people on the way. It's not all of us that would finish through, but what we just try to do is be part of people that will finish through. And if God says that's not your path, believe me, there's nothing wrong in it. Shonibare today, I can call him Dr. Shonibare. Shonibare did ND and moved on with his life. He went to medical school. He's now a doctor. So you don't have to limit yourself to that space. You might even leave to go into something better. IT is there. Technologies are coming up. You can move to
there are a lot of opportunities.
Opportunities, even as an health officer.
Problem, but I see opportunities.
Exactly. But given this mindset of I can't move on, I can't move beyond this level, it's something we need to break.
I want to come in by saying, a man, as a general rule, owes little to what he is born with. A man is what he makes himself. Anybody can become anything that they want to be, as long as they are consistent with that thing. You don't need to give up.
Exactly.
Education is not just that certificate. Me, I say education as that impact that process is going to have in you. It's not that certificate that you are getting. That certificate is just by the way. It's just to say, okay, so person came, he attended this school or this college at some point in time, and this is the grade at which the person attained. That is not all about education. People see education as going to school, read book. There are a lot of triangular students in Nigeria. Let me use Nigeria as a whole. There are a lot of triangular students, probably from their church, from their house to the school, to church or mosque, back to their house. That's triangle. No, you have to go outside the box. You need to think outside the box. You need to see things differently. You need to learn. You need to grow. You need to do things like You need to be up and steady. Don't just stay in one place. Don't think you cannot become anything. You can become whatever you want to become. If people can do it, you can do it too.
Yeah, I think I totally agree. For me, I'm still a triangular person. Yes, I've met people and stuff, but I'm still much of a triangular person. But that doesn't mean everyone will be a triangular person.
Yes.
Even being a triangular person, you can still know.
Being a triangular person, you don't understand what I'm saying. You
Like
said when you were in
church,
school, you participated
okay.
in Manowar. You were a member of Manowar. Scouts, okay. Scouts, sorry. That was you've left that triangle. It's already
okay. I would agree on that.
There are a lot of students, they'll just go to school, back to their house. They are not interested in any other thing. They won't participate. And later they will say, this is...
It's not our fault we don't want to participate.
See, let me tell you.
It's not.
Number one thing is, you have to be sure about yourself. A lot of people are not sure about themselves. A lot of people do not believe in themselves. To be successful, the first thing that you need is believe that this thing, I can do it.
Okay.
Though there are a lot of failures that will come. To fail is not the end of the world. It is first attempt in learning. You could fail many times. Look at Abraham Lincoln. He didn't become the American president on the first time. It was probably the seventh time that he became the American president.
Then this Kentucky guy,
look at KFC.
Time.
Look at there are a lot of examples outside there for you to not give up on your dreams.
Because for me, I want to say something where we're coming from a place where, you know, in African setting, yeah, they'll tell you, school on law, you're going to school. Remember what you went there to do. I did not ask you to go and do this, go and do that. I had an issue like that where I joined Scouts here, and they uploaded our picture. So someone actually knew my sister and showed her my picture. She called me. My father called me and started lamenting, like, I did not send you to school to do this.
Same as
it got to a stage I was like, I'll pay for my uniform. I'm not asking you to pay. Just let me do what I want to do. And well, it panned out well. Was really
all of these things, they are not the fault of our parents, because most of our parents, let me say the generation Y and the millennials, they were misinformed about a lot of things. So they do not have the idea of what these things and the impact these things have on their kids in school. That is why you have social activities in school. You should not go to school to just learn only academics. You have not done the needful if you go to school to learn just academics. That is why you have different clubs. Those things, academics is to guide you towards that career that you are going. But you need soft skills, like interhuman relationship skills. You will not get that thing from your classroom. It is through social activities that you get all of those things. That is why those things are structured in schools. People should stop having this wrong mindset about social activities. I can tell you today that today what I am today and who I am is all thanks to God and all thanks to Kegite Club. Let me just put it that way. Because I read something that the best freedom that you can give to yourself is migration freedom. When you move around, you see things that you've not seen, you meet people that you've not met, and the way you would think will be totally different from the way other people would think. The way you see things will be totally different. You can't compare somebody who has gone to a lot of places, probably someone that has visited like 20 to 25 states in the country, to somebody that has spent all their life in Lagos or probably in Nasarawa. Or it's going to be different. The way they handle situations, the way they attend to people and all of those things is going to be totally different. So I advise environmental health officers, upcoming environmental health officers, not to just stay about what your lecturer is teaching you in the classroom. There are a lot of places that you can get free knowledge. A lot of youths have smartphones today, but all they do with their smartphone is probably Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, WhatsApp, and it's a smartphone. You have access to any information that anybody has access to.
A smartphone is supposed to make you smart, you know. Just saying.
You need to grow. You need to learn. You have a lot of things on YouTube.
Yeah, things to learn.
Even TikTok, there are a lot of things Look at artificial intelligence now. You can answer any question with artificial intelligence now, even on Snap. It's on Snapchat. Somebody told me recently that she did a test with Snapchat.
Wow. Snapchat?
Yes.
Wow. Wow, that's beautiful.
Snapchat has artificial intelligence that you can ask questions. It has AI.
That was Bing.
Most of these social media apps now, they are bringing AI is the new world. AI is where everybody's heading to it now.
Yeah. You have a point there, Sha. So all of you that are using Snapchat, that are using Instagram people, Snapchat selfies, please let's try and redirect our energy.
If you go to your message in Snapchat, the first thing you see is my AI. You can ask any question there.
Wow.
If you want to write, even if you want to write love letter to your girlfriend, AI will write it for you. If you want to write birthday message for your mom or your dad, AI will write it for you.
Do you know the funny part is I get the notifications from Snapchat, but I don't open it. The only time I open my Snapchat is to use filters. Any other thing apart from that, because I'm getting so many messages back from like 2014. So I don't even know how to handle it. I'll be sincere, I don't know how to handle the Snapchat. But all I do is just take a picture.
That is why it's good to seek information. Information is said to be power.
They're giving me information though.
Information is power.
So please.
The difference between a success and a failure is their mentality, the way they think, the way they see things. A success will think, okay, this thing, if I have failed in this, I can try it again. You have to be consistent with whatever you are doing. That is how you become an expert. But if you try the first time, because you didn't get it right and you just stopped.
Moving on, people.
We
move. But now we don't move again. We press in to get what we want. We have to be resilient in doing whatever we want to do. Because if we turn out, what if that moment when you turn your back, that is when the door will open.
Time.
That's actually how the door will open. So you have to keep pushing and things like that. We had a lot of amazing people that taught us. I made mention of so many lecturers there. And every person we mentioned, we actually mentioned you to honor you and just to release the love out there to you. Thank you so much for being part of our journeys. If not for you, if not for God, we will not be here. So we're just rendering out our appreciations to you for the sacrifices you've made, be it friends, be it lecturers, be it colleagues, and all of that. I think we didn't actually touch a part, like how has it been working? Because I think I made mention of me getting a job and being able to meet a lot of people, exposure, handling things on field. I don't think I really mentioned handling things on field, but I've had funny scenarios from 100 level. Remember CWES, where we have to follow our bosses. There was one I remembered where I followed, I think Mrs. Dosmo was with us then. I don't know what happened. They wanted to beat us, but at the end of the day... That
was at Ogun in Lagos Island.
I don't remember the place.
King's Palace.
I know they wanted to beat us.
It was a frozen store.
Wow.
It was a frozen store. The woman she's one of the... she's the wife to one of the chiefs in Lagos Island. Wow. So, you know the politics now.
Yeah.
You can't work here probably because she's this. You can't do this because he's that. Those are factors that are limiting environmental health.
Politics
is one of the major factors that is limiting environmental health. Environmental health has the potential to make people live healthy. Being an environmental health officer, your job is to promote health, prolong life, and prevent diseases.
Yes.
So if politics would come inside our actions, our daily doings, our daily activities, then we won't be able to function to maximum capacity. It's really going to affect, and it's telling on the environment already. Look at our drainages in Lagos, for example. There is no part of Lagos where you don't have silted drainages, you don't have blocked drainages. Like on Sunday, was it on Saturday morning? I was passing one of the streets in Lagos Island. I saw fecal matter on the street.
Wow, not even on the street.
It was stagnant water with fecal matter. It was smelling out. Going there alone, let's correct this thing as an environmental health officer. If you go to that kind of house, the caliber of people that you meet, their mentality alone is going to be an off key for you.
I see. Well,
They might even go to the extent that they will beat you. Whereas this thing,
but Lagos and we are cool now. We don't beat people. Don't worry. You can come now. You can come around. We don't. We've left all those things behind. We're not good people, and we enjoy our companies. You know. Yeah, I do understand that fact, but I believe the government is doing its best to do what they're doing.
Yes.
But us as a people, there's a way we need to, reconstruct our thinking. The government is doing whatever you destroy in the country. You feel like you're destroying government's property.
No.
But remember that you're paying tax. People don't understand the fact that, see, even a 5-year-old is paying tax. Because if you go to ShopRite and the child picks a chocolate, you're paying a tax for that chocolate.
Yeah.
So indirectly, everybody is paying tax.
Value added tax.
Exactly. So it's about us reconstructing our minds and, trying to put one or two things together and see like, okay, what if this thing happens in my house? This thing can have an effect on me. So I believe the government is doing the best they can.
Yes.
We also need people to really understand what we are doing, the message we are trying to pass. That we are trying to prolong life, prevent disease, and promote health. You get. So, it has really been an amazing journey. Honestly, it has really been an amazing journey. You've not really told us about the job part. I was about to forget that part. So
being an environmental health officer on the field now is something different entirely from being in college, because now you have more tax, you have more responsibility, you are being paid to do something. It's different from the learning phase. The learning phase, you can decide that, okay, this I don't want to do, this I don't want to do that. It tells on your result. But now you are being paid, you can be summoned at any time. For me, I've gathered more experience since I've been working as an environmental health officer. Though, when I finished my program in school, I did my IT in Itusa local government, Ibuefon, and I was there for about 3 years.
Wow.
I've gathered a lot of experience there.
Wow. Okay. Sorry, coming in where you mentioned, I forgot what I wanted to say. Where you mentioned being paid. For me, it's actually, yes, being paid is part of it. But for me, this thing where, like a medical student, when they're about to graduate, there's something like an oath that they take. For me, the time I took oath was when matriculation and all of that thing. But for me, when I finish, I feel like the oath, people's lives are in my hands. So automatically, as I even finish school, automatically I have an oath that your oath is you are swearing or making sure that you find yourself accountable. You are responsible for people's lives. So you don't have to play with people's lives. Do your job.
Definitely.
Apart from being paid, people's lives are attached to yours. So whatever decision you make in a second has the possibility of making or marring your work in life. Whatever you do now can actually prolong somebody's life or deteriorate somebody's life.
Definitely.
So it's about also thinking about people's lives that are attached to yours.
Yes.
Apart from the parents.
I could remember 2 weeks ago, I was in Pie Express. I went there to buy chicken pie and scotch egg. So the lady was putting on ring. And I told her that, see, you don't need to put on this thing as long as you are here. You don't have your gloves on too. So you should remove it. She told me that no, that she can put on the ring, and because the ring is not touching
the food.
Look at, you have ring, you have wristwatch, you have look at your earring and all of those things. I was like, see, I'm not trying to talk to you about anything in a wrong way. I'm not talking to you in a wrong way, but I'm doing my job. This is what I'm being paid to do. I'm an environmental health officer. So that was when she now saw it as a reason that, okay, let me just do this thing.
Do I have to be an health officer to correct you?
You understand? She said no, that she was even arguing that she can put on a ring. You have your wedding ring. No, yeah, you know that you are married, but when you finish this work, when you are closed,
even if she's not going to remove it, at least get a glove. Some people's rings don't come off easily, and when they come off, to put it back is always better. But try to put on the gloves and every PPE unit, because you're serving people outside. And what if something happens, there's an outbreak? You have to start tracking. Environmental surveillance have to start tracking from where it started, and it can be very, very stressful actually tracking. So rather than going through all those things, let's just try and do the preventive, because at the end of the day, if you don't look at the preventive side, you will end up on the curative side, and some curative side you will continue using drugs till like eternity.
Yes, now.
So
Prevention is cheaper and better than cure.
exactly, that's just the message we are passing out there. Like, try to do these things to avoid these things and all of that. But well,
Environmental health officers too, I want to put this to all of us on the field that let us try to make a change in the way in our operations.
discretion.
Yes, operations, the way we do everything that we've been doing. Let us try to make a change. Let's flow with the new tide of the world.
AI
and
trainings,
all of those things. Even handling issues. Look at in Lagos now, we have issues with flood. Lagos is going to sink if we don't take precautions soon. Because look at my town now, Ogun, it is our local government. I could remember when I was around 10 years old. I saw a ship that sunk at the sea.
Wow.
I can't even remember where the ship is anymore because there has been ocean shield over the years.
Okay.
So walking from my house to the sea, then at least it's going to take me like 10 minutes. My father said if he's going to walk from the house to the sea when he was a boy, he would walk about 30 minutes, 1 hour. But now from my house, you are going to see the sea. As I speak with you now,
Okay.
you're going to see the sea from my house. So there are all of these things that are affecting the environment that we environmental health officers we need to put into consideration. Firstly, if we want to make a change, we need to go to the public to inform them about what they are doing that is not right. That's the first approach. We need to let them be aware of their mistakes because this is what we are trained to do. Before enforcement comes
Advocacy. Sensitization.
Then after sensitization, we make people be able to discover their problems, and we also show them how to solve their problems. And to the people on the outside too, we have a lot of responsibility.
Yes.
A lot of people do not have soccer way in their house.
Which is very bad.
It's very bad. There are a lot of things. Some people do not even clear the drainage in front of their house. They are waiting for the local government chairman. Anything from your building to the median of the road is your responsibility to take care of. So I indulge people to do the needful so that every person can enjoy this country. We can enjoy our environment and the community at large.
Yeah.
Yes,
that's a really good one.
That's my advice
That's
for
a
everyone.
really good one.
Because it's going to tell on everybody. It's really going to tell on us because if we don't take care, especially our drainages in Lagos, if we don't take care of our drainages in Lagos very soon, Lagos is going to be something of the past in probably 100 years from now.
Wow.
Because we are very close. Lagos, the land level is almost the same thing as the sea level. Even the sea level is going higher than the land level now in Lagos. So we need to put that into consideration. And on the government part too, the government has a lot of things to do. The government has a lot of jobs to do.
Not like government have not been doing their job,
Yes,
but
but
it's just an encouragement to
more grease
to
the elbow of the government
to help us, improve on things.
Yes.
And that's just the basic stuff. So I think we've actually gotten a lot of info, and I hope whoever is considering to give up, I hope this has encouraged you to keep pushing that there are so many lives to save out there. We need to save the environment and so many things like that. So please, this is an admonishment. Do not give up. We are counting on you to finish and join us on the field. There are so many people that your destinies are tied to theirs. Whatever you do is affecting their destinies.
Definitely.
So please put yourself back together. Whatever you have dropped, pick it up and keep going. So thank you very much, Mr. Qudus, Sanitarian Qudus, for joining me on this episode. So guys, we'll have much more people to hear from, to learn from, to talk about their journeys. I hope you really enjoyed this episode. Please look forward to many more episodes to come. Thank you very much for your time, and I hope you've not finished your coffee. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful time. Till we meet next episode. Bye.